Okay, so hold on, let me see how to add people as a guest. Hold on. Oh, add guests. Okay, add guests. I'll have to wait till somebody want to be a guest, I guess. Thank y'all for being here. It's 5 people in here. Did you see the title of the video? Because on my end, I can't see it. Hey, Linda, welcome. Title of the video, the Ebony Pasho. Hey, Ebony. I'm on YouTube live because people got so much to say about my opinion about the video I made about Ghana. So I'm gonna open up the floor if they show up. And they probably won't, which is typical. If they show up, I'm giving them the opportunity to come up front, come up on the stage, and state how they feel because they have a lot to say in they have a lot to say on my comments. So we have 12 people in the room. Linda, you can't see the title of the video. I wonder if I can edit it. Let me see if I can edit the title. Nope, I can't edit it. Anybody want to come up? Anybody got anything to say? I'm waiting on the specific people that wanted to come up and have something to say. Other than that, if you didn't see my video, I made a video responding to, I think, a guy called Copycat Junction who was saying that Americans come over here and tear Ghana up and Nigeria. He's telling Nigeria, ha ha, Nigeria, you Americans didn't want to come to Nigeria. Americans didn't want to come to Nigeria. Ha ha, Ghana, y'all got the Americans. Now what? They doing this and they doing that. So I made a video about what he said and the fact that Ghanaians need to stop playing victim while they over here mistreating Americans. I see it when I put the comments down. Okay. Okay. Thank you, the Ebony. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for telling us about your experience. You're welcome, Linda. Yeah, I did break it down because, hey, TT, I do have a moderator in the room, which is TT. Thank you for being here, TT. I really hate I can't play music on YouTube. This is so annoying. But yeah, I'm waiting on those people to show up. And if they do not show up, all I'm going to do is what I do for my normal nightly session is flip the screen, let y'all listen to the sounds of nature. Those that want to stay, stay, because this ain't everybody's thing. Hey, Tamara, it's a good night. It's a good night. So I know I can smoke on here, but I'm gonna flip the screen anyway. And like I said, I'm waiting on these people to come. Otherwise, if y'all want to discuss any topic, go ahead, come forth. You can talk about it. If it's something I don't want to talk about, then I'll just let you know. You probably had them feeling embarrassed. Um, I probably did, but that wasn't my intent. Like I said, I'm on here just showing my experience. Y'all know everywhere I go, I take my camera. I show my experience. I let people see the good, the bad, and the ugly about Ghana. And people don't like it. They want to keep it under the push. They want to shit on the ground and clean their shit up. And then, or they'll leave the shit on the ground and make it look like America did it. They want to blame everything on us, and we're over here making their country look bad and all this madness, which is just not true. Americans go through a lot when they get over here. Like I said, it's different when you visit compared to living over here. It's completely different. And just like I thought, they not showing up, but that's cool. or they're here and they're quiet because I don't know people's. I don't really know everybody's name. The part when you were in the back seat when the lady quoted a lower price for the dress was embarrassing. Yes, I appreciate your truth. You share from your perspective. My children are young, but my dream is to move to Africa when they blossom. You know, the hardest thing I think is when people move older children over here, like middle school and teenagers. I just think that will devastate them. Like it'll be traumatizing. Hey Tisha, thanks for coming in. The thing with the back seat was, like I said, I had asked the lady how much the dress was, and I believe she said 180 CDs. So I think it was a couple days later. We was out shopping, and I told Blacko, I said, pull over and ask that lady how much that dress is. He asked her, and I think she said 140 CDs. So I rolled my window down and she saw my face and she looked shocked. And I said, I would like to have that dress for 100 CDs, please. Or I think I even asked her for 140. She had no choice at that point to give it to me, but she looked shocked to see me in the back seat because tried to sell it to me for 180. Really, Michelet. Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's true. And they don't like to hear the truth. But like I said, I'm not bashing your country. I'm trying to let my people know before they get over here that this is how it is. You watch these YouTubers that's making Ghana look like paradise and heaven, and it's not. It's a nice place, it's a beautiful country, but it's not roses. It's not all roses every day. Really, Kaya. I see, I've never been to Nigeria, but I have had them as my neighbors. I have worked with them. How does CDs convert into US dollars again? Well, right now, if one US, I think today's rate, like one US dollar is like over 13 CDs. And then it gets higher with the amount. Like if you send me 100 US dollars, if you send me 10 US dollars, I will probably get 115 CDs. Yeah, they overcharging. Oh, I think I hear thunder, y'all. That'll be a blessing. And then people have asked me, since I've kind of made my mind up to leave Ghana, would I try another country in Africa? And I told them no, because I have sisters in Gambia that's unhappy, Nigeria, Liberia. There's people from America, and they're all having issues in whatever country they're in, and they're leaving. Like one girl is packed. She called me today. She got her luggage packed. She out of here. She ready to go. Did your electricity go out? Oh yeah, every day for the last like over 30 days. It went off earlier. I don't know for how many hours. It came on for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and went off for another 4 or 5 hours. It just recently came on. I don't think it's been on a good hour. Kenya, I'm not trying. Kaya, I promise you, I'm not trying no other country. When I leave Ghana, I am leaving this continent. I had enough. I had zero issues in Kenya, perhaps because it's very developed. That could be it. I mean, I don't know what I don't mind the fact that the reason I'm in Elmina because I like the fact that it's undeveloped. I didn't want to live in the big city. But the country being developed, I don't know what that would have to do with the attitudes of the women. And my issue is just having to deal with the nasty women here. And the fact that if I'm with my husband, they'll look past me and talk to my husband. And I don't know if Kenya is like that. I don't understand it either, but I've been here 3 years and I've never seen it like this. It will go off sometimes, maybe once a week for a couple hours. I think in 2022, the power was off for 6 days. I mean, 6 whole days. No explanation, no nothing. But this time, oh, I mean, we've been having power outages twice a day, every single day. Or in the beginning, it was like every other day the power would go off. But for the last over 30 days, it's been going off every single day, at least twice a day. You wake up in the middle of the night, it'll be off all day, come on for a couple hours. You lay down, go to sleep, wake up at 2 in the morning, power's off, air conditioner's off, fans are off. And the other day, it was off all night. It didn't come back on to 12 in the afternoon. That's a lot to deal with. And then you had a guy say something about that, like, it's Ghana. Why are you complaining? What are you talking about, lady? You know, stupid comments like that. I'm complaining about the fact that Ghana keeps cutting the damn lights off twice, 2 and 3 times a day. And you got elderly people, you got infants, you got mothers having to sit up all night fanning their babies. It's a lot. I've never had an issue in Canada, Mexico, or the US where if I'm with my husband, they look past me and talk to my husband. I've never experienced that anywhere but Ghana. Never have I been somewhere. When I say look past me, I mean, like I said, if I go to the light company, for instance, and I'm with my husband, they'll act like I'm not standing there and just talk to my husband. They're coming in December and I'm able to vote. And if I happen to still be here, which I kind of hope I'm not still here, my plan is to be out of here by May. I don't know yet. Like I said, I'm trying to think with a calm mind and, just think with a clear head. I've never lived down south. I have been, the first time I went to Mississippi, like I was 40 something, it was 2013. I had never been in the south ever. I think Eastern Africa is different from Western Africa. I had no issues with the women. Or you know what, another lady told me to try East Africa. She was saying East Africa is completely different from West Africa. I think she made a comment today on one of my YouTube videos. No, no, no. I didn't buy no house here. I just moved into a house and the man offered to sell it. He offered to sell us the land, which is an acre and a half of land. It has a four bedroom house where we live. It has a 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom house and a studio apartment, 4 fishing ponds, and like 2 summer huts and trees everywhere. He offered to sell it to us, but I told him, like, I don't have that kind of money. And he broke it down and said you can make it in 4 payments. So I told him, let me think about it. I'll see what I can do. But even if I was to buy the land, I would still leave. Now I'll come back one day, but at this point I need a break. I need to go. And once I get to where I'm at, I will figure out whether I want to come back or not. When I was in Ghana, I was told to zip my lips and my friends would make the transactions. You see what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. Well, now what I do when I go out with my husband is I won't talk because the minute they hear that I'm Black American, the price will go up. So a lot of times we go out, I'll stay in the car and I'll tell my husband, like, get me 4 sour sops, 3 avocados, 4 apples, and I'll stay in the car. But if it's a situation where I have to get out and handle my own stuff, like try on a dress or ask questions about a purse or something like that, they know I'm American, and the prices. For instance, we saw some soursop. We was parked down the street a little bit. My husband got out and asked the lady how much was the soursop, and she said, if I'm not mistaken, 25 CDs. So he come back to the car. I get out the car to go get the soursop, but I want to touch them, see if they ready to eat, if I have to let them sit a while. Lady told me 50 CDs that quick. It went from 25 to 50. My husband said, "Come on, my wife, let's go." And I'm like, "No, hold on. I need the soursop," but she need to lower the price because I really needed the soursop. And she eventually lowered the price, but my husband was very, very annoyed. He didn't want to buy nothing from her. Well, thank you for everything. I always look forward to your videos. May God bless you and yours. Stay with. Thank you, Tamara. Thanks for coming in. Oh yeah, y'all, I hear thunder. It is Latif is thundering. Do you hear it? We gonna get some rain, y'all. But God be tricking us. One day it was thundering and lightning. We didn't get no rain. I'm ready. I'm ready for the rain, sleet, and snow. I'm so sick of this 85-degree weather. And we're in our winter season still getting 85-degree weather. I'm sick of it. Anybody need to come up to the floor, say something? I'll bring you up as a guest. What is this? This is a message. Oh, okay. I will bring you up as a guest if you want to discuss the Ghana issue. If you disagree with anything I've said on my videos, I see a couple people in here that I think was one of those people. I bought two sour sops and they both had oh, I've never seen them with worms. Okay, okay, okay. Let me tell you the story. I have not had a sour sop. I was eating sour sop every day. Okay, like I couldn't stop eating them. And then one day during Ramadan, a man came up to sell us some dates, which was a good thing to break your fast with. But so I said, okay, let me have it was a big bag. They were 30 CDs a bag. So I look at the bag and I told the lady, it's a lot of bugs crawling in here. So she looked at the bag and I said, can the bugs get in the dates? And her husband said, yes. So they refused to buy them. So I refused to buy them. And I said, so it's just worms and everything? Like, what can we eat that don't have worms in it? I said, please don't tell me there's worms in. So we started talking about papayas. I said, one of the reasons I don't eat papayas is I saw a man open a papaya and in the papaya was worms. And I don't like the taste of papaya. I said, I said, I hope to God that there's no worms in soursop. She says, sis. I said, what? She said, I was eating a soursop the other day and out the side of my eye, I saw something jump. She said, so I looked, she said it was white worms all in her soursop. I said, oh my God, I have not had a soursop since. Not one. Now there goes my cancer cure medicine, my diabetes, whatever they say soursop cures or it prevents. I just haven't touched another one. Thank you, Tavani. Thank you. It's true. I don't tell no lies. I tell them all the time, stop me when you hear me tell a lie because I'm speaking the truth. What other fruit does soursop taste? It reminds me of it kind of reminds me of a mushy pineapple with a little sour taste to it. That's what it reminds me of. But it is so good. It is just so good. And then you could take the peeling off of it and clean it and boil it and make tea. You can use the soursop leaves for tea. But as for me, I can't do it no more. But my husband and my driver was telling me to just get them really fresh. But So whoever saw a worm in their soursop had your soursop sat long enough to get soft? I mean, what? Why was the worm in it? Because they tell me if they fresh, there's no worms in them. And I like to buy them where they're not fresh and let them sit to get a little soft. I like them when they're soft because they taste better. Child, dried fish. Ooh, I know, Kaya. I I don't eat the dry. Girl, please, 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 please. I don't do it. Mm-mm-mm. I've seen it. I have seen it. I have seen it. Yeah, it reminds me of a mushy pineapple with a little ting to it. Ooh, let me tell you something. This is what I eat in Ghana. I was eating all the fruits and vegetables until the soursop issue. Until I found out mangoes have the worms in them, and I don't eat nothing. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. We have mangoes just falling off the tree. This tree right here is a mango tree. You can't see it, but the mango's been just falling off the tree, and I won't touch not one of them. You had the soursop juice. I didn't know dried fruits would be suspect. I didn't. I don't know. You would think that. I don't know how unless the worm was already in it and they dried the worm out too. No, I bought them and was trying to eat. I bought them and was trying to eat them. An hour later, I haven't bought soursop since. Girl, me either, Misha. I don't blame you. I haven't bought them since. Yes, Linda. Maggots on dried fish. Yes. Now they didn't have no. That's what I was asking them. I didn't see no holes. I don't buy fruit that has holes in it because I learned from a child as in apples when you see the little wormhole, there's probably a worm in it. And I don't see none of that. But what Blacko told me with the sour sop specifically, he said that there was probably, for instance, there was probably flies that had already been flying on the fruit, and the eggs were probably already there. And when I put it in the refrigerator till it got to where as soft as I wanted, the eggs turned into maggots or whatever type of worm it was. I didn't tell y'all that. I didn't tell y'all that part. After the lady told me about her situation, I had two sour sops in the refrigerator and I refused to eat them. I just couldn't. But I did not know that Latif threw. I remember him saying, "My wife, this sour sop is bad, so I'm gonna throw it away." So I opened up the refrigerator and there was these little dry dots in there. I don't know that Latif saw maggots in the soursop. He didn't tell me that. He just threw it away. He has seen maggots in our lemons. You know, nothing here has pesticides on it. So you can buy fruit. You can buy a lemon today, and in 3 days you have to throw it away. That's the states use a lot of and when they and I just had my garden dug up, Lisa, and I'm going to use pesticides on my garden because I was born and raised eating them, and I'm gonna after this whole worm situation. I want pesticides. I'll just wash my fruit real good in baking soda and vinegar, and I'll be good to go. Yes, my email is Kimberly. I don't know how to make comments on here, y'all, but it's Kimberly Levy, Leav as in Victor, Y at gmail.com. Kimberly Levy, Leav as in Victor.com. I have not figured out how to add a comment on here. I went to the castle with the Ghana Citizens Price. Which, how did you do that? Hey, Felicia, welcome. The whole of my visit, I was a zip lip Ghanaian. Ah, okay, okay. That was smart. Yeah, I'm down for pesticides now, Lisa. I understand why now because um you can't go buy vegetables like a week's worth of vegetables because 9 times out of 10 they're gonna thank you, TT. I appreciate it. TT just put my email up if anybody needs it. And then I'm gonna try to attach my link tree to my YouTube and my TikTok since the girl finished that for me. Hey, Michelle, all is well. All is well. The floor is open. If for anything y'all want to discuss, if you want to come up as a guest, let me know and I will bring you up. So you live with the locals or around the ex? No, 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 no. I live with the locals. My first when I came here to visit, we went through Accra, which pretty much looks reminded me like of San Francisco. Really busy, congested, nice apartments. And then we came to Elmina when we went through the villages. So I remember saying if I ever live in Ghana, which I had no intention to, I said if I ever lived in Ghana, I think I would live in the village. So as I stayed here 30 or 40 days, when I left home and came back to live here, that's exactly what I did. I wanted to live in the village for about 6 months to just embrace myself with the locals and the culture. Ended up in the village 3 years. I absolutely loved it. I really did. I started farming, got goats and chickens and everything. And then I just got tired of it and wanted to live like a normal life. I want air conditioning, hot water, and all of it. So that's when I started looking for a house. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. You know they put the worm in tequila. Maybe the worms aren't that. I don't know, but I have a not even a fear of, but a serious phobia of worms. So I don't drink. I would never drink tequila with a worm in it. They can. I know. They can keep it. They can have it. Matter of fact, I'll buy one for them. I won't do it. And then they eat the. I haven't seen it, but when I was in Mexico, they told me that you eat the worm. You can eat the worm. But I mean, even when there's maggots and stuff here, what did I see a maggot in one time? I'm trying to remember. Oh, it was I don't even know if it was a maggot. It was just a white worm. They all look like maggots to me. I was in the store and I was picking up bell pepper. I had an armful of bell peppers because there's no basket where I went. And I picked up one bell pepper and saw a maggot in it, dropped all the bell peppers. They rolling around the floor. I'm screaming for my husband. And so the lady came and she looked like, what's wrong? So I pointed to her, the little maggot, and she said, oh, baby, that's just protein. That ain't going to hurt you. She just picked it up. Now, mind you, the next time I went in her store, she didn't know I wasn't finna touch the bell peppers. I was gonna have my husband get them. She stopped me before I could even get close to her station. She said, I get it. I got them. Just tell me how many you want. And she looked at every bell pepper. If I said I wanted six, she looked at every bell pepper very, very well before she put them in the bag. Yes, in college I ate the worm. Never and again. I was beyond drunk. Well, that's what you're supposed to do in college, other than study. From my understanding, is get drunk. I didn't get drunk and party at college. I would just do my class and go home. But yeah, get drunk. I love when people are honest and transparent about their experience, so you don't walk into a situation blindsided. Exactly. And I don't want people coming here to be blindsided. I want people to know the truth from my experience. But like I said, I know everybody has a different experience over here. There are there are people over here that look like they're okay and they look like they're enjoying life, but they're miserable and they're ready to go home. Either they can't afford to go home, which the embassy will send you home. But and I think a lot of people stay here. Well, a lot of people sold their homes to come here. I've spoken with those people who sold their homes to come here, ended their leases, sold everything they own, and they have no home to go to, so they stay here. I'm from Mississippi. My granny used to keep the maggots and put them in the sores of the animals. Wow. I know I remember that's another reason I don't do compost. This man had a big compost pile and he bought It was cassava leaves. Oh, it's lightning, y'all. It's thundering and lightning. He had this big, he bought me some food from his compost pile, which was cassava peelings that the goats like. And I went to reach my hand in there to just grab a handful and just throw it to the goats. And something told me not to do that. I don't know what. Sure enough, I picked up the bag to try to just toss some into the goat cage. Maggots all in the food. And when I tell you I almost lost my mind, I really, really did. I jumped up because we had a bed at the store. We were at the store on the farm, and inside the container was a bed. I sat on that bed all day. I couldn't even get off. I just was freaked out. I was thinking of coming, but I keep hearing people in the lives and YouTube say they are leaving Africa. And why? Yeah, people act like I'm the only YouTuber that's talking about this, but it's not true. They go from YouTube to YouTube trolling people. That's what they do. But they'll come on my YouTube and act like I'm the only one bashing, not like I'm bashing their country and talking so bad, in spite of the fact that I tell them, I loved Ghana. I've been here 3 years, so clearly I love something about it. But enough is enough. Latif, what is this thing over here? Latif, come here. Something's I don't know what that is. If it's a snake, long as it don't come this way, I'm cool. But it's walking, whatever it is, it's walking. Over there, look. I can barely see it, but you see it? Is that an alligator? You don't see that thing walking right there? Is that too? There's one. Okay, thank you, husband. Thanks for coming out checking. Let me see. Have you had any negative comments from experience not finishing all the food? Oh, I don't get no food served to me. I don't eat none of the food here. I don't eat any of the food here at all. I don't go to restaurants. I don't go to dinners. I don't do none of that. You welcome, Felicia. The alligators don't bother you. I'm not even scared of the snakes as long as they don't come running my way because they're out here. I've never seen one on this land, but on the farm I used to see them a lot until we cleared all the bushes down and the neighbor cleared his bushes. The alligators, they don't bother nobody. They just want to pass. They're small and they just want to get past. But my husband would kill them and eat them and make alligator soup. And after the second one, I told him, "Can you please let the next alligator just pass? Don't eat them. We ain't hungry. We don't need them." So the next time an alligator comes, just let him go on and pass because all they want to do is pass. All the snakes want to do is pass. They're scared of humans. As soon as you jump, they run in the other direction. I'm not afraid of them. I just don't want them creeping up on me or coming nowhere. Don't come in my direction. Hi, did you hear about Miss Naomi was killed in Cape? No, when? I don't know who she is, but when? Because I'm definitely finna Google it. We don't hear the news. A lot of people find out information here in WhatsApp groups, and I'm not in any of the WhatsApp groups today. How was she killed? What's the story? Oh my God, I did not. No, I didn't hear nothing. Oh yeah, I gotta look that up. I'm gonna call one of my sisters here, and she's in a lot of WhatsApp groups, and ask her. They having a conference in Cape Coast on the 23rd about her death. That's interesting. Finally caught you live. I enjoy your videos. Ugnome, thanks for coming. Did you get a notification or you just was scrolling? Fried alligator nuggets are good. Well, what I've never seen is my husband fry them. They pretty much makes they eat a lot of soup here. So every time he's had an alligator, it was soup. I will be going to Nigeria and everyone tells me to stay away from the street food. And oh yeah, I don't drink the bag water here. I don't eat no street food. I don't eat nobody's house food. I don't eat none of it. Okay, okay. That's good. You got a notification. My husband is Nigerian and he's experienced prices being inflated over the norm when they see me or hear my voice. He's made correction. Yeah. So that's why a lot of times when I go out, I won't say nothing. What I'll do is I'll touch things that I want and my husband will pick it up and ask the price. A Ghanaian man killed her and buried her in the backyard, sold her cars in Kumasi. Shut the hell up. Really? Was she American? Oh yeah, I gotta Google that. Oh no. Auntie, did you hear about the black lady that got killed in Cape Coast 2 days ago? Me either. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. I gotta go find that. I gotta look that article up like ASAP. Well, I'm gonna end this live at 12:15 and I'm gonna go look it up. She was thrown in a septic tank. Some late yeah, hold on. She was thrown in a septic tank. Hold on, let me go. Hold on. My daughter-in-law is from Nigeria and she tells me all the time, Ma, you would love it, but I would love to come visit and see how it is and gain my own. Exactly, come. Hello, Black American living in Accra Airport, residential, love it here. The people are nice here. I have no problem living here. I'm being honest and for real. Everyone have different experience. Yeah, Doris, of course, I made it very clear that people have different experiences. I'm glad you're having a good experience. One of the guys was her fiance, right? TT, you heard about it? I believe I believe you, but it's bad people everywhere. When you relocate to another country, you have to be adaptable. I'm visiting. See, excuse me, I was very adaptable. I have been here over 3 years. I chose to live in a village to embrace their culture. I am very adaptable to even be able to live in Ghana for over 3 years, let alone live in a village. So it's not about me not being adaptable. It's about the fact that the women are very mean and very nasty over here. Ask her girlfriend on the WhatsApp group. I'm gonna ask her, yeah, because I heard nothing about that. Oh, you reading about it? What did you do? You Googled it? Reptiles and other animals give me a huge concern. I want to live off the land and back to the basics, but everywhere you go, I mean, I don't know where you're gonna be, but you're gonna see some snakes and some alligators and different things running around. I would think unless you lived in a big city like Accra. I'm not really sure. Hello, Cooking with Kenny. Thanks for coming in. I don't know the name of the group. There's a lot of WhatsApp groups. I don't even know how they find these groups, but I'm not in any of them. You would probably have to find somebody that's in a group and then have them add you to it. Okay, TT. Yeah, share that with me. I'm gonna have to find out. Miss Kim Long Miss Kim, long term, do you plan to stay in Ghana, possibly move to another country in your come back to you. No, my goal was to live here, live and die here. My goal was to make Ghana my home, live here, die here, make it home. I will not visit another country. And God, the only other country I wanted to visit was Egypt, and I mean a really quick 3-day trip and get out of there. um, but I have no intentions on living in another country. No, if Ghana don't work for me, I'm out. But yeah, my plan was to live in Ghana. But like I said, I would go home every 6 months. This is my first time staying one whole year. And I really, really don't like the things that I've seen and the things that I've learned. I don't like it whatsoever. Yes, Google it. Story is there. Okay, highly favored. I'm going to. I don't think the people are worse in America. I lived in America all my life and I know the culture. I know how they live. I know how they move. They don't raise prices on people. There is nowhere in America where it says Mexicans pay $3 for a Pepsi and Americans pay $1. There's nowhere in America where it says um, Africans pay $50 to get in the zoo and Americans pay 10. There's no way. There's nothing like that. In most places in America, when you walk into a Burger King or McDonald's, they say, "Welcome to Burger King. How can I take your order?" Things like that. So America is not the same as Ghana. That's not true at all. I'm in North Carolina, Raleigh, and I don't see things like they see in Florida, but I want to see what another country is like, and I admire your move. Thank you, Michelle. I don't know about Ghana, but when the Nigerian women found out I was engaged to a Nigerian man, not all, but some were very, yeah, they're mean. No, 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 they are mean. I've dealt with them in the U.S. I've dealt with them in the U.S. Hey, Lubna, welcome. So, do you worry about your health with limited sources? There's no limited sources here. Ghana has the same thing as the US have. They have really crappy hospitals, clinics, and doctors, and they have state of the art hospitals and good doctors. So, no, I don't worry about that. I worry about getting sick in the middle of the night and can't get to the hospital because the ambulance probably won't come or can't find me. And a lot of the taxi drivers don't drive at night. So, and I don't, that is the only reason I want to buy a car. It's just for an emergency because I like having a driver and sitting in the back seat. It is raining, y'all. It is raining. I've been here since 2022, retired. Me and my Ghanaian husband of 15 years. I will not myself live in the village because I like the city like a crowd. I'm from Illinois. I go to the mall and stores and pay. That's fine, Doris. But like I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I moved here from California. But like I said, I came here to embrace the culture and live with the natives. And I chose to live in a village with my sound mind. I chose to live in the village. If I wanted to live in the city, I could have. I didn't want to live in the city. But I appreciate your opinion and I'm happy that you're happy. Are you the native woman nasty to teach? Are the native women nasty to each other as well? Not that I have seen, but they are kind of that way towards their men. It's raining there too, Kenny. Yeah, it's normal where you are. We don't never get no rain. You choose to live in a village first and moved outright. Yeah, I wanted to live in the village for 6 months, just kind of like I said, to embrace the culture, live amongst the natives. But I ended up there 3 years. I did love the village. I absolutely loved it. Um, and then, like I said, I just wanted to move on. I did it, I enjoyed it, and I moved on. I mean, I didn't come to Ghana to live like the US. I didn't come to Ghana looking for the US. So, I mean, if that was the case, I just would have stayed in the US. So that type of mentality makes no sense to me. I understand that Ghana is Ghana. It's not as developed as the US, but there's a lot of things here I just don't like. I think the government can do a lot better. with the locals. The government can do a lot better, not just visitors that have a problem. I mean, the locals have a problem with the government. Like you can go get a cup of sugar one day, in the US, if a Pepsi is $2, it might go up to 225 or 250 in a week. Here, a Pepsi can go from $2 to 350 in one day. That's it. Like that's how high their prices go up. They don't gradually go up 25 cent or 50 cent. It doesn't work like that here. Were you scared to live in a village? No. If I was afraid to live in a village, I never would have lived in the village. I'm not going to go live somewhere where I'm afraid. No. Hey Kim, I love your content. People hate the truth, but you keep on telling it. Thank you, JM Banco. I appreciate that. I meant the behavior is worse. What you described is exploitation, of course. In a poor country, you will deal with that over a developed country like the US. Yeah. Retired 2 years ago in Florida, but now considering abroad. Is it safe there for single women? I've heard no single women that have a problem. There's a lot of single women here, and the ones that I know and talk to, they don't have a problem because you're going to end up being surrounded by people. God will bring you your village, your people, your friends. I mean, just like if you move into a new neighborhood in the U.S. or move to a new state, you're going to eventually meet people. If you move there as a single woman, you're going to eventually meet people. It's no different. How far are you? I'm, excuse me. Excuse me. I'm 3 hours from Accra. Driving time, it could be 5 hours in traffic, but I'm 3 hours from Accra. I love your channel too. Well, we need to know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate you watching. I really do. So I'm wondering, hold on. That's what I meant is the village safe for single women. I really don't think I want to live in Nigeria after a recent interaction with the women on TikTok. Yes, the village is safe. Ghana is a safe place to me. The first unaliving I heard of is this one they just talked about on today in Cape Coast. I've never heard like there's almost no violence here except thieves. They hate thieves. There's no guns allowed here. Like Ghana hate thieves. I love your content also. So happy to find women who are keeping it real about their experience, no matter the experience. Yeah, thank you. I don't know how much an acre of land is on average. Like there's almost no average. For instance, this is an acre and a half of land with a 4 bedroom, 4 bathroom house, a 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom house, a studio, four fishing ponds, and a lot of trees. And the man wants $150,000 for it. Now, somebody else could charge you $20,000. And so there is no average price of nothing in Ghana. There's nothing called market rate. Exactly, Felicia. Exactly. What they're not normally are armed robbers. They don't want to make contact with people. They just like come on your porch and grab something off your porch, or if you don't have a gated yard, grab something out your yard. They're not armed robbers. They're just like petty thieves. It was a while ago you reported on it lightly. What was it, Belle? I must have missed something. I have heard a lot of American people saying bad things about I have heard a lot of African people. Oh, they do talk bad about us. I tell you on our video, they don't like us. They can try to now that, like I said, in Ghana, the men are very humble and very loving. But for the most part, I don't think. Well, from the Nigerians, I know for a fact in the U.S. they act like they don't like us. Period. They look down on us like they're the white people and we're the niggers. That's how they treat us when they get there. Every last one that I have met. It is what is called. This is a dry cough too. It is beautiful, and it's unfortunate I don't have 150,000 because I would definitely buy it. I would definitely buy this land. About the three American women that were killed in Ghana. No, I never knew of three American women killed in Ghana. They were killed in Gambia. That was about a month or so ago. No, that was in Gambia. That wasn't in Ghana. And I think it ended up being a fourth one as well. Hey, thankful. Thanks for coming in. I didn't see you. You can't work here. You can pay for a work permit. That's another thing. They say come home, but you have to pay for a work permit. But no American will work here. There's no way you will work here. It's not. You can collect cans and make more money. When in Africa as an American, you've got to drop the US mindset completely, and it can be difficult and unfair pricing. Way of life, culture is different. It works for some and some it doesn't. That's true. It works for some and some it doesn't. They're just my brothers, and they're not, but they are if they're trying in a relationship and they want money from you, or their goal is to get a visa to the US. I've never been to a church, but my daughter went to one that was across the street from our house, and she just was very. She said they were not friendly, they were not welcoming, and she just left. And she only went there because I think her car broke down, and she just wanted to walk to a church, and it was across the street. 150,000 for the land that I'm on. He even said he would take 120,000, but either way, I don't have no hundreds of thousands or nothing. So God, I did ask God for it, prayed about it, and that's all I can do because I don't have 120,000 US dollars. There were two killed in Ghana like 10 years ago over land. Oh yeah, you will die over land, that's for sure. But I believe that. Good night, Tiffany. Thanks for coming in. Hey, thankful. You welcome, Belly. Naomi was killed last week in Ghana by her younger Togolese boyfriend. Yeah, I just found out about that. I'm gonna look it up when I get off of here at 12:30. I said 12:20, but 12:30 I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna look it up. Generally speaking, a lot of them are nasty and standoffish in the US, so I'm not shocked to hear the same behavior is exhibited in their home country. Yeah, that's true. But I didn't really think about that. They was welcoming us home so bad, like come home, come home, come home. But I don't pay them no mind. Like I really don't. When I got here in 2021, I built a store, a typical roadside store, which is a convenience store where you sell everything from Pampers to toothpicks, spaghetti, tissue, everything. And it wasn't doing so well. And I just didn't like it, but I had already built the store and had the land and everything. So I ended up turning it into a pub and just started selling drinks. Started selling drinks and bread. Like Ghanaians like to buy a lot of bread and drinks and snacks and candy and stuff like that. And that made more money. I bought tables and chairs and put them outside. I had some sand bought in, and so that's how I was making my money. Now and then we started the farming, so we shut the whole store down about a month ago to just chill and just be with ourselves because me and my husband spent all of our days at the store. So we shut the whole store down, the farm down, everything. And we've been home for over a month just relaxing till we can figure out what to do with the store. So now I make money off social media. This is my income. So if y'all want to leave a super chat, it's most appreciated. Thank you. Other than that, as far as the store, it was hard because I was living totally off of CDs, and it's hard to adjust to living off of American dollars to go to CDs. It was just a lot. It was hard. Who was the lady that you were in the video with other day? That corporate junkie pissed me off. He was arrogant. Who was a lady that you were? Oh, she's a lady named Melanie. She's one of my little sisters here. She's from New York. I think she's from New York or New Jersey. I can't remember. But I was in a video on her channel. No, 120,000 US dollars. Powder puff. I recent ran across your channel and I want to say thank you for being honest. I'm planning to move to Tanzania. Your video is helping me to prepare mentally for this transition. Yes, and just know that I don't know anything about Tanzania, but I know a lot of African Americans are going to Ghana, Tanzania, Kenya, and Gambia. Oh, hey, kombucha. Damn it. I'm telling y'all, these names are different everywhere. I told y'all this is what I'm gonna compare it to. When people send me a Zelle or a Cash App or a PayPal, right? They will get on the TikTok and say, Miss Kim, did you get the money I sent you? And I'll be like, I don't know. Like, what did you? First of all, How did you send it? Cash App, Zelle, or PayPal? And what was the name? Because let's say if kombucha send me $10 on Cash App, it's not gonna say kombucha. It's gonna say Tiffany, and I'm not gonna have a clue who the hell Tiffany is. So thank you for letting me know who you are, kombucha. You need tough skin and discipline to thrive there. Not necessarily. I just look. I mean, like I said, it's different for everybody. I only have a problem when I have to go out in the community. Other than that, I'm home, minding my own business, doing my own thing. If I want to take a walk, I will. I'm cool. The men don't bother me. The women, like this area I'm in right here, the women speak. It's going into that damn market shopping where the problem is. And I do that every Wednesday. And every Wednesday, I'm frustrated. Every Wednesday, it's just overwhelming for me because almost every store you go into, the women are nasty. I mean, if I could like uh what do you call it? Not DoorDash. If I could Instacart my food, I wouldn't go out to the market. Yeah, because the ones I've worked with here say we think we're better than them, and that's just not true. But to get that reaction from just working with them, and they think that here, and I told them because you do have Americans. Me and my sister made a video about that, and we got attacked about that. I have witnessed Black Americans come over here and be very nasty to the Ghanaians, flaunting their money, just doing too much. I have witnessed it, and I think that's a lot of big part of why they don't like us. They think that we're all like that. My only issue is I can't do my online job there like I want to because of the internet. The internet from 2021 to well, it depends on where you live. In Accra, they supposedly in Accra, They have a different internet that's more stable, but they don't have it where I live. But for the most part, from 2021 to 2024, we didn't really have internet problems. Every now and then the internet will go out, which was rare, but 2024, like this last probably 3 months, it's always a problem with the internet. Always, always, always. Hi, Barbara. DC in the house. Welcome. It's great that your husband is supportive of the continent and your experience. Yeah, he is, but that's been an issue too. Like we had to work into that. Um, we have a cultural difference and we have a language barrier. He speaks British English and I speak American English. So it's a lot because they use different words from us. I have contact in prom prom. Oh, okay. Yep, I have several names out in these streets. Okay. All right, Tiffany. How many acres is the land? 1.5 acres. It's an acre and a half. Like I said, it has four fishing ponds, a 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom house, a 4 bedroom, 4 bathroom house, and a studio apartment. When you move to Africa, I feel like you need to have multiple incomes. Yeah, you can either have multiple incomes or one great income. It's a lot of people here. Like I said, they're living off of Social Security, SSI, retirement money. They don't have several incomes, and it's a lot of people here live off social media money. I mean, people across the world are using social media now. So yeah, a lot of people, the Americans have an income. Like there's very few that don't have an income. They most of the ones I've met are receiving some type of assistance from Social Security, SSI, or some type of retirement money. I have to find a side hustle because from all my research, teachers really don't get paid anything here. Don't nobody get paid nothing in Ghana. Nobody. Like I don't care what your degree is, you're not gonna get paid no type of good money in Ghana. Just joining your live stream. Do you get charged local prices or foreign prices at the market? They charge me whatever they think they can get away with. Kenny, thank you for deleting whatever that comment was, and I'm glad I didn't see it. Um, They try to charge me higher prices but I don't speak unless I have to because I know if I speak they'll raise the price. So my husband pretty much either my husband or the driver will get things for me. The plot's typically 500 US dollars for sold to Ghana folks. I don't understand. What are you saying, Tiffany? The plot's typically 500 US for sold to Ghana folks. I don't like how your lights maybe go out. We have that issue here in the States, but not well, in the States, the difference is in California, they'll let you know on Monday from 1 to 5, we're going to turn your lights off, or Monday from 1 to 5, we're going to disconnect your water. Here, they just go off. Period. They just go off and you don't know nothing. I'm coming over, make some food. When you coming down on? Where is what the land is located in Elmina? Ooh, yes, the language difference. American English because British English are. Hold on, y'all. Something crawling in the grass. It might be a frog. American English because British English are different. Didn't know it until I learned it. Same words can have different meanings. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The price of a lot for the plots here are 70 by 100, and they used to be 80 by 100, but they've lowered them to 70 by 100. But there's no specific price. The price could be, the depends on where it's located. If it's on the beach, it could be 10,000 CDs. I mean, there's a piece of land we getting ready to buy that's 1,500. That's 1,500 CDs. They have land here for 200 US dollars, but it's way, way up in the bush. So there's no typical or basic price land here. A new source of income could also be hosting a personal tour of the area. Yeah, I won't be a host. I won't do that. I'm not a tour guide. I tell people, like 4 or 5 women have crossed over here from my TikTok, and I let people know I'm not a tour guide. I won't host anybody. I won't do that. But I will direct them to the people that can. Will you take your spouse back to America with you? If so, how does he feel? I mean, he wants to get on the plane for one. He wants to see America, but he's not, he knows for a fact we will not live in America. He knew that before he was my husband, that my goal is not to live in America. But I do want to, I'm not excited to take him to America. I'm more excited to be on his first plane ride with him. That's what I'm excited about. Well, let's see. That's why I don't understand why a lot of things are being priced in USD. I saw a billboard today in Accra for a new condo for 70,000 USD. You know what? The only place I really hear people talk in USD is Accra, and I only know that from YouTubers telling me about it. But pretty much in Cape Coast, in 3 years only one person has talked US money to me, and that was this lady trying to rent me a house. I was trying to get a place where people could, when sisters cross the border and decide to live here, they would have a safe place to stay, maybe for 3 months, 3 or 4 months, to transition into their own home. And it was a 4 bedroom, and she wanted 400 US dollars a month, and that was a ridiculous price. And I told her, no, 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 don't talk to me in US dollars. Let's talk Ghana CDs. Um, Nobody gets a loan that I know of, maybe in Accra, but here you just pay cash. You just pay cash. Like when we go buy our property, we just go and pay cash. You just go pay for the land. You have a land surveyor come and survey the land and make sure that the person owns it. I'm not really sure exactly what a surveyor does, other than they make sure that the person that's selling you the land owns the land and get the paperwork started, things like that. And then you have to wait for just wait for your indentures and paperwork to come. How do people go about buying land and property? Yeah, okay, I answered that one. People get paid different things. Most people doing low labor jobs like hotels. For instance, the people at One Africa was worked 6 days to 7 days a week, and they were getting 300 CDs a month, and that's ridiculous. There's a big hotel down the street from my store. There's a man that I know that was working there 20 years, 6 days a week, 20 years he's worked there. He got really excited because he got a raise and a promotion. He ran to the store and was excited to show me his paperwork. And he was making, I don't remember, I think it was 900 CDs a month, which is less than 80 US dollars. He's been there 20 years, and he works 6 days a week, 8 hours a day. So that's the price. That's average of, that's pretty much an example of the pay. You pay rent from anywhere from 1 to 5 years. And the only place I've seen 5 year rent is Accra. That's the only place I've heard of it. In Elmina, people pretty much want 1 year rent. Like this house, I talked them down to 6 months because me and my husband has to have enough houses, and we know how this works. You give them the money for a year. You tell them, like, me and my husband smoke. Um, We work all day. We come home about 11 o'clock at night. We like to sit out and talk a little bit. We don't want no problems. We pay our money. Sure enough, 2 or 3 days, somebody's complaining about the smoke, or you get in the house and, like I said, if you got 3 bedrooms, two of the bathrooms don't work, the kitchen don't work. If you got 8 plugs, 6 of them don't work, the ceiling's leaking. You move in the house and find out all these problems. You paid for 1 year and you don't see the landlord no more. So me and my husband have moved. The reason we had 5 houses here because we had to move out of them quickly. Like I stayed in one house 3 days, one house 10 days. We had no water for 10 days. Um, then we moved in a place. Same thing. I told the man, like, I smoke cigarettes. My husband smokes cigarettes. My husband smokes weed. That's what we do. Every single day it was a complaint. And we moved out of there in 10 days. So when we came here, I'm like, let me just try 6 months and see how, you do right by me for 6 months. I moved in. She was supposed to paint the house, clean the house, make sure the water was on, make sure the lights was on, fix the lock on the door. We moved in and nothing was done. Absolutely nothing. I never heard about the Return of Africa movement. Tell me about the offer to Americans then in 2019. I don't know. I didn't hear about it until, I mean, when it was happening, I wasn't paying it no attention. I just knew it was all over the news. They was just telling people to come home. It was visa free. You can just get on the plane and come home. They was giving people free land, which they still are, but I don't want nothing to do with that because it has strings attached to it. $90 per month is so unfair. What's unfair about $90 per month? They have something like indentured servants in Nigeria working for a person for years and get paid when their time is finished. They are given food, shelter, but no pay until the end. Oh, I ain't never heard of that. I believe it, but I've never heard of that. Well, we didn't have a servant, but we had a house lady. She would come twice a week and clean up and wash our clothes. And she ended up just being lazy and not doing right. So we let her go. The people that come now come about once a month and they just do general house cleaning. Like they dust the fans, clean the window sills, and they do a lot of stuff. But they've been here twice and that's it. And they also, we use them at the store as well. So it is 12:35 a.m. here in Ghana, West Africa. I'm going to go ahead and end this live. I do thank you all for being here. I thank you for coming. I appreciate you. It's been a good session. Looks like if the trolls were in here, they didn't step up. So that's a blessing. Shut up. Kenny deleted a couple of messages, and I appreciate that. Again, to my moderators, also, you do have, if I'm not mistaken, you do have the power and authority and the right to go to my comment section, delete any comments that you think might trigger me because I don't want to, deal with that. Um, and I will see you guys in the morning. Now, if I do get up in the morning, my morning session is just simple. I turn the camera on, let you listen to the sounds of nature. I usually am not on camera, so I don't talk. It's pretty much a silent session. So I will see you tomorrow. I love you all and stay blessed.